each morning when you rise, let it be with the knowing that something magnificent is already in motion. Not something you must chase, not something far away, but something already underway, moving toward you. Wealth is not outside of you. It is the reflection of a consciousness that knows itself to be rich. Act as if wealth is chasing you, and it will. The outer world must conform to the inner assumptions you persist in. What you assume to be true, even if unseen by the world, sets the blueprint for what must unfold. If you begin to walk with the confident stride of one who knows wealth is ever approaching, if you speak as one whose bank accounts overflow, if you feel within yourself the sweet certainty that provision is pursuing you, then you have already planted the seed, and all things must bring forth after their kind. You must give up the struggle of trying to get wealth. That chase is rooted in the belief that you are separate from it, but you were never separate. Wealth does not come to you because you strain, push, or beg. It comes because you finally accept that it belongs to you by right of consciousness. The moment you change your concept of self from one of lack to one of abundance. You see, wealth is an idea. It is first conceived in the inner realm. Your senses may tell you that money is scarce, that debts loom, that opportunity is dried up, but your senses lie. The only truth is what you consent to within. If you can dwell in the imagination long enough and vividly enough, the feeling of affluence will so impress your mind that all outer resistance will give way, and wealth will run to you, not walk, because it will recognize you as its master. You are not to concern yourself with the how. The method is not your business. You do not know through what channels it will come. It may be an idea, a meeting, a promotion, an unexpected gift, a shift in the economy. It does not matter. The world will bend to accommodate your inner decree. You must only assume and persist in the assumption. Imagine now what it would feel like if wealth were truly chasing you. If each step you took, gold hurried behind you, trying to catch up. If every time you opened your email, a new opportunity had arrived. If every letter in the mail contained good news. How would you carry yourself? How would you breathe? Would your shoulders not relax? Would your speech not slow with calm authority? Would you not smile more often? Begin there. Let that become your new dwelling place. If wealth were chasing you, you would not run in panic, but stroll in ease. That inner posture, that psychological position, is the key. It must become habitual, automatic, the very air you breathe. But when your inner conversations are filled with the conviction of being pursued by abundance, your world will not hesitate to conform. But there is no power outside of you dictating what you may have. The only laws that govern your experience are the ones you have accepted inwardly. Life does not respond to your pleas, but to your assumptions. If you beg for wealth, you reinforce the idea that it is absent. But if you calmly and confidently assume that wealth is pursuing you daily, then every condition will reshape to reflect that truth. Let every act, no matter how small, be done from the premise that you are abundantly supplied. When you pay a bill, do not do so with fear. Instead, do it with the inner knowing that more is coming in than going out. When you give a gift, do so in the spirit of overflow. When you invest, do it as one who knows the harvest is guaranteed. And if you spend, do so with the thrill of one who knows money returns multiplied. There is nothing more magnetic than a man or woman who knows they are already rich, regardless of their bank balance. The world senses this. It cannot help but respond to this vibration. You are not rich because of the number in your account. You are rich because you have chosen the inner state of wealth. And the numbers, the people, the circumstances, they all adjust accordingly. Feel it. Feel what it would be like to never worry about money again. Feel the freedom of spontaneous travel, the joy of giving generously, the delight of beautiful surroundings, the calm of security. Let your imagination feast on these pictures, not to wish for them, but to dwell in them as if they are already yours. For the truth is, they already are, if you will only claim them. Claiming is not effortful. It is not straining or repeating hollow affirmations. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing the law is sure. As certain as the sunrise, the universe brings you what you have accepted within. If you have accepted the idea, let your nights be filled with dreams of abundance. Before you sleep, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Picture your phone lighting up with messages of new income. Picture your mailbox filled with checks. Picture yourself walking into rooms and feeling the power of knowing you are well supplied. Make these images more real than anything the outer world tells you. Persist in them, no matter what your senses say. What you see now is only the outpictured version of your past assumptions. But you are not bound to repeat the past. A new assumption held faithfully will override any former state. If you have believed in lack, forgive yourself and step into a new idea. Declare silently within, wealth chases me daily. I do not pursue it. It finds me. Let that be your secret chant, your sacred code, your private knowing. You may walk through a store and see things you desire. Do not say, I can't afford that. Instead, say, it is coming to me in perfect timing. You may hear someone complain about inflation. Do not join in the conversation. Silently affirm, my wealth increases regardless of economic conditions. You may receive a bill you did not expect. Do not react with dread. Instead, give thanks that you are the kind of person who can pay it with ease. In this way, you teach your subconscious mind a new language, the language of wealth, the language of ease, the language of inevitability. And once the subconscious is impressed, it must produce the corresponding results. There is no delay, no resistance, only the perfect unfolding of what you have accepted as true. Every moment you live is an opportunity to revise. If you catch yourself speaking or thinking from lack, gently bring yourself back. Say inwardly, that is not who I am anymore. And step again into the character of one who knows wealth is never far, never hiding, but always approaching. You're not asking life for favors. You are giving life instructions. And life, being obedient, reflects what you instruct it to be. When you act as if wealth is chasing you, you tell life, I am already that, and life must confirm it again and again until you walk through the world as a living symbol of abundance. Stop waiting for evidence. The evidence is the echo, not the origin. Your feeling of wealth is the cause. The dollars are the effect. Feel first. Let the inner tone of riches saturate your being. Speak, move, and decide as one who lacks nothing. And the world will rise up to match you. Let your home reflect this state, even if only in small ways. Keep one corner clean, beautiful, elegant, something that says, wealth lives here. Let your clothes, your grooming, your speech carry the vibration of someone who expects good news. Make your imagination your workshop and return to it daily. Craft there the scenes that thrill your soul and feel them real. Remember, it is not arrogance to feel rich. It is not delusion to assume abundance when the world shows otherwise. It is spiritual law, and those who dare to act from the end, to persist in the unseen reality, are those who rewrite their fate. You are not bound by statistics, history, or upbringing. You are bound only by what you accept and embody. So, embody the one who is always pursued by wealth. Speak his words. Walk in her shoes. Let the world see the glow of someone who knows the secret. Let it pour from you silently, magnetically. And soon, without warning, the world will begin to echo your new tone. You will hear someone say, you're lucky. You will smile, knowing it is not luck but law. Another will ask, how did you do it? You will answer with a quiet knowing, I became the one who already had it. You will watch opportunities arrive without effort, doors open without pushing, support appear without asking. and you will know that it was never outside of you. You have only ever received what you are willing to claim. So claim boldly, claim joyfully. Claim as one who knows that wealth has no choice but to follow you because you have become its source. You have become the dwelling place of abundance, and now all things must come to bear witness to that truth. And once step into the feeling of already being rich, you set into motion unseen forces. These forces, though invisible, are powerful beyond measure. They move people, shift circumstances, and reorganize matter to bring into form what you have accepted within. You need not see the mechanics of it to trust its certainty. Like the wind, you do not see it, yet you feel its presence and you see its effects. So too with wealth. When you feel it within, the effects are guaranteed to follow. You must become immune to appearances. If you look at your bank balance and allow fear to enter, you are handing over your creative power to the visible world. But the visible world is always late. It is only a photograph of a prior state of mind. If you want to change the picture, you must go to the source. Your inner speech, your inner assumptions, your inner visions. That is where the real power lives. This is not about pretending or fantasizing without faith. It is about conviction. You are not hoping for wealth. You are expressing it, assuming it, wearing it. You are rehearsing your wealth mentally so consistently that it becomes your new normal. And once it is normal to you inside, the outer world rushes to comply. Imagine walking into a room and knowing without doubt that you are the wealthiest person there. Not in arrogance, but in quiet confidence. You need not declare it with words. Your presence says it all. Others sense it and respond accordingly. You draw opportunities, respect, admiration, and favor without lifting a finger, because the inner magnet of wealth has been activated in you. Wealth is not just money. It is a state of certainty, ease, and expansion. A wealthy person may have millions or they may have nothing yet, but the energy is the same. They know they are the source. They know the supply flows through them, not to them. So if ever they seem to lose something, they do not fear, for they know how to call it back again. That is true wealth, knowing that you are never without supply. You must come to love the feeling of being chased by abundance. Let it thrill you. Let it become your secret delight. You rise each morning with the delicious anticipation that something good is already on its way to you. It may come through a person, a message, a moment of inspiration, or a sudden shift. The form it takes is not your concern. Your job is to feel the incoming tide and to greet it with joy. Live as though life itself has picked you to demonstrate what divine wealth looks like. Carry yourself as a living example of what happens when someone dares to feel rich before any evidence appears. Let your life be the testimony of one who trusted the invisible and watched the visible rearrange itself in miraculous ways. Never wait for money to begin living richly. Begin now. Begin with how you breathe, how you walk, how you dress, how you speak. Let richness be your atmosphere, your aroma, your undercurrent. If you had all the wealth you desired, how would you answer the phone? How would you respond to challenges? How would you look at yourself in the mirror? Begin practicing those behaviors today, not because you are faking anything, but because your assumption is that the wealth is already yours and the outer must catch up. It is law. It is law as sure as gravity. The world may scoff, but the world does not know the law. You do. And those who understand it no longer live by appearances, but by inner vision. Your mind is a projector, and the world is your screen. You can change the reel at any moment. A rich man is not rich because of his assets, but because of the film he plays in his imagination. If he were to lose all he had, he could build it again, for he knows the real power is within. Likewise, if a poor man receives a fortune but still thinks from lack, he will sabotage it, for his inner blueprint rejects the new state. So you must become the new person before the new life appears. If you wait for the outer to change, wait in vain. But if you change inwardly, the outer must follow, often in ways that defy logic. That is the wonder of it. That is the beauty of this unseen law. It bypasses all limitations and brings you results that no effort alone could produce. You may think, but how can I believe I am wealthy when my world shows otherwise? The answer is repetition. Through feeling and repetition of that feeling, you rewire your belief system. The first few times you affirm, wealth chases me daily, your mind may protest. But if you persist, if you say it in the morning, whisper it in the afternoon, and feel it at night, eventually the resistance fades. One day it clicks. The feeling becomes natural. And that's when things begin to change. Fast. Begin now to create little pockets of wealth consciousness in your day. When you shower, feel the abundance of clean water. When you eat, savor the richness of taste. When you rest, feel the luxury of peace. These are not trivial acts. They are signals. They tell your subconscious, I live in a rich world. I am worthy of comfort. I am supported by life. Speak to yourself with the authority of one who gives commands, not requests. Say with calm certainty, everything I touch prospers. Money flows to me easily in increasing amounts. Opportunities follow me. Wealth pursues me. I am a magnet for prosperity. And then act as if those things are already true. You need not convince others. You do not need validation. You only need to convince yourself. Once the conviction is firm in you, it becomes magnetic. It draws to you everything necessary to fulfill the state you have accepted. Ideas, people, situations, events, all come together in ways you could never have predicted. Make your inner conversations rich. Do not allow fear to run its script in your mind. If fear says, you don't have enough, respond inwardly, I always have more than enough. If doubt says, what if it never comes? Respond, it's already on the way. If worry says you must work harder, respond, I am guided effortlessly to wealth. These inner rebuttals are not delusions, they are corrections. You are re-educating your mind to accept the truth of abundance. You are not meant to be enslaved by lack. You are not designed for struggle. You are meant to live freely, generously, expansively. This is not a fantasy. It's your design. But you must align your thoughts, emotions, and assumptions with that truth. And once you do, the world opens. Feel now what it would be like to have so much money that your only concern is how to distribute it wisely. Feel the joy of writing large checks for causes you believe in. Feel the fun of spontaneous generosity. Feel the gratitude of knowing you can support your loved ones with ease. These are not dreams, they are previews waiting for your acceptance. Refuse to be swayed by temporary conditions. If the outer world seems slow to respond, it only means you are close. The last echo of the old state is fading. Do not give it power by reacting. Simply return again and again to your chosen state. Say to yourself, this is not the truth. The truth is wealth chases me daily. And then act as if it already has. Keep your focus on the end. See yourself living the life of your choosing. See the home, the travel, the peace of mind. See the freedom to create, to serve, to enjoy. And most of all, feel the inner relief of knowing it is done. That feeling, that relief, is the evidence that your prayer has been accepted. Your subconscious does not argue. It accepts whatever you feel deeply and persistently. Feed it wealth. Feed it freedom. Feed it joy. And it will feed your world with experiences to match. You are the cause, never the effect. No economy, no person, no system can block what you have assumed to be yours. The moment you step into a new identity, the entire universe adjusts itself to support that version of you. Do not wait. Do not hope. Assume. Claim. Let your life become the walking proof that wealth is not something you get, but something you embody. The world is waiting to show you what happens when you dare to act as if your highest vision is already true. And each morning, when you rise, remind yourself once more, you are not chasing wealth. Wealth is chasing you. Let that truth echo in your being. Wealth is chasing you. Let it become your foundation, the atmosphere of your life. With every breath, feel it drawing nearer. With every step, feel its presence expanding. This is not a hope, it is a conviction. The moment you act as if this is your reality, you open the gates for the flood to come through. Do not try to force it. Do not grasp. Simply allow. Welcome it as a long-lost friend finally returned home. The old self, the one who doubted, who feared, who counted every coin with anxiety, that version of you is fading. A new self is emerging now. This new self does not wonder whether abundance is possible. It knows. It walks differently, speaks differently, thinks differently. And because of that, it attracts differently. You are stepping into that version now. The version who has nothing to prove, yet everything to receive. There is no resistance in this new self. No inner conflict. No hesitation. When a desire arises, it is met with the certainty of fulfillment. Not someday, not with effort, but with ease and clarity. This is your birthright. To think a wealthy thought and know it will clothe itself in form. Not because you worked harder than others, but because you finally aligned with who you truly are. Let every experience now confirm this new state. When you drink your coffee, let it be the coffee of a wealthy person. When you answer a message, let it be as someone whose time is valuable and richly invested. When you enter a store, walk in as someone who belongs there. You are no longer asking for a seat at the table. You are bringing the table with you. Even the smallest gestures hold power when they spring from wealth consciousness. A smile, a thank you, a confident nod. These all become signals to the subconscious, affirmations that you live in the vibration of abundance. And as you maintain that signal, life must return it amplified. That is the unbreakable law. The world must reflect what you accept within. So accept only the best. Accept ease. Accept luxury, not as indulgence, but as your natural environment. Accept peace of mind, not as a temporary reward, but as a permanent condition. Accept the flow of money as something normal, expected, and infinite. You do not shrink back. You do not apologize for your blessings. You do not explain your wealth. You live it. You embody it. You let it speak through your presence. Others will feel this in you. They may not understand it, but they will sense it. Some will be inspired. Some will be puzzled. Some may resist it. None of it matters. You are not living for their approval. You are living from your assumption, and that assumption is simple and clear. Wealth chases you, daily, endlessly with delight. So take one more breath into that truth. Let it rise from your chest and settle deep into your belly. Let it color your thoughts, inform your choices, guide your path. You are the magnet now. You are the source. You are the one who turned within and discovered the key. You are the one who decided to stop waiting and start being. You are wealth in form. And now all of life must respond. Wealth is not something you pursue, it's something you embody. The moment you act as if it's already yours, the world begins to shift in your favor. You are no longer reacting to appearances, you are creating from within. Every thought, feeling, and assumption builds your reality. So live now as the wealthy version of yourself. Walk in certainty, speak with confidence, and feel abundance chasing you in every moment. The outer world has no choice but to reflect the inner truth you've accepted. Wealth is not coming to you, it is already here responding to your belief. Claim it fully.